atin-atin lang. Kung may gusto kayo i-share, di-share nyo rin.
Yes. Nakakatuwa na ito yung pagiging transparent namin. Nasi-share na namin, hindi lang sa 18, kundi sa lahat ng nanonood din.
Hi, we're Zane Smile, and today we will be talking about SB19's 4th episode of Atin Lang. They talked about their tour in North America.
They titled it SB19 on Tour.
Never ako nakafeel ng jet lag nung mga time na yun kasi parang pinipilit ko kasi nasa airplane, hindi ako magano. Kumbaga,
Tinatama mo.
tinatama ko yung time.
The older I get, the harder jet lag
Same.
hits me. And so he recommended something which I often do as well, which is to plan your sleep according to your destination. So if you're arriving at night in your destination, try not to sleep in the airplane.
Yeah.
Because what will end up happening is you'll stay awake the entire time that you're supposed to be sleeping. So
But it's hard, especially on a long-haul flight.
you can try.
Yeah.
It'll still hit you, but at least that's a good tip.
Because for me, I sleep on the plane and then I arrive at night, I sleep at night. I sleep a lot.
Yeah. Sleeping is not a problem for her.
After mo ng concert, nasakay tayo ng bus, mag-empake na madaling araw, sasakay ng bus, tapos wala kang tulog, tapos perform ka na naman uli. So medyo pagod ka talaga. Yung pangalawang show yung kinabahan talaga ako. Kasi yung boses ko
Yung pause na pause din.
Yeah, when they talked about having back-to-back concerts, because most of their US concerts are like on a Friday and Saturday. And on different locations. That must be so exhausting. And it made me think, like, why are concerts done at night? Because I'm thinking, like, if it's a Saturday, they can do it at 2 p.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. and then the people can have dinner after the concert and then the artists can rest after the concert. So I
think it's probably because most people's day jobs are from like 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 or something like that, or something like during the day.
Yeah. So it's
But it's
hard.
kind of like the San Francisco concert, right? So it was San Francisco.
And then LA,
and then the next
day.
in LA. Yeah. So I think they took a bus.
Yeah.
They rode a bus, or they
It's
had their own
about
bus.
6 hours.
Ang masasabi ko lang, dahil first time namin sa Canada, para ka nasa Pilipinas, legit. Kanina nasa mall kami, as in lahat, kahit saan ako pumunta, puro Pinoy yung naririnig ko.
Nag-work,
yung mga nagsha-shop. Kahit saan pumunta, puro Pinoy.
That is so true. I had the same experience on my first vacation here in California when my aunts took me to a store. Everyone was speaking in Filipino. Like, I heard someone, meron ba tayo nito? Nandun sa likod. And it's like, I feel like I'm in the Philippines. It's cute.
We've lived now in 4 countries, right? And we traveled in a lot of countries for that matter. And we find Filipinos everywhere.
Everywhere. Like
Even
everywhere.
Remember in this random island, it's called Manukan Island in Malaysia.
Yes.
It's just like a small island that just has a beach, and it's basically like a resort. And we were hanging out there. All of a sudden, this random Filipino guy just comes out and asks us if we're Filipino.
Yeah. And
he works there.
When we went to Barcelona,
Oh yeah.
we went to a bed and breakfast place. And the
caretaker
is Filipino.
He's
so he
also
was
Filipino.
giving us all these tips
helpful.
on how to go around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Filipinos are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Basically.
Everywhere.
Oh my gosh, Stelle can really tell a story.
Hindi ako mapayag, hindi kayo makita. SB19! Ganyan. Ang galing talaga ni Stelle.
You can see Josh and Ken. Josh is like, no, they can't handle it.
Napansin ko rin dito sa US and Canada, kahit nandito sila, mahal nila talaga yung kultura nila. Hindi nila kinakalimutan. Yung mga nag-a-attend sa atin, napansin ko talaga proud na proud sila being a Filipino.
That's definitely true, but I think other Filipinos make us proud, right? So Filipinos also make other Filipinos proud. Like Lea Salonga makes us proud, right? So
Miss Universe
Philippines also makes us proud. So an SB19 makes us proud as well.
Filipinos raising the flag for everyone.
Yeah. So thank you for all those people that basically make us Filipinos proud.
Ako nga, gusto ko rin ma-experience yung concert natin. Parang,
lang.
oo. Kasi alam mo, syempre, anong nararamdaman ng mga fans pag nanonood sila ng concert natin? Yun yung lagi kong tinatanong.
Yeah, when he said that, I was thinking, I kind of understand what he was saying because for our beach wedding, I've always loved beach wedding. I was thinking I want to attend a beach wedding like that too because all our friends said it was so fun and I want to enjoy that too. So I can imagine how Pablo feels.
Yeah, especially since their concerts are super fun.
Yeah.
So I can.
Yeah.
I wish it for them.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they could experience the same fun that we do as fans, actually.
Yung mga Pilipino dito, napansin ko din kahit pa paano, nagluluto pa rin sila ng mga Filipino food. Pero iba yung sangkap.
Oo, iba yung lasa.
Iba yung
Americanized. Americanized.
Here in California, we're lucky that we have a lot of Filipino groceries and stores and restaurants, but that is true about ingredients being different.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
even the kangkong, it looks different here.
Yeah, malunggay, we can't find malunggay
We
here.
can't
Or at least
find
not
yeah.
easily. Yeah.
Of course, we'll have some cravings sometimes. I learned to make Fil-Am versions.
Yeah,
So we have taho.
Yes.
I can make tupig or bibingka. I don't.
Fish balls, the manong sauce for
Oh
fish
my
balls.
gosh, he
I love
cried
that. Yeah.
the first time I
Yeah,
made
yeah.
the fishball with manang sauce because he remembered his childhood. So we learned to adapt. Like this is the ingredients we have.
If they ever go back to Chicago, there's this awesome Filipino restaurant called Kasama
Yes.
in Chicago. It's a Michelin star rated restaurant.
We haven't been, but we want to try.
We wanted to
We
try.
want to try.
There's always such a long line.
I think it's the only Philippine
That's
that we know.
that we know of. So there might be some others, but so far as we know,
Yeah.
that's the only Filipino restaurant
It
that's
has
Michelin
one
rated.
Michelin star.
Yung mga ganong klaseng bagay na para sa atin maliit lang, parang Bule Fight. Tapos, nasa US ka. Pag nagbubudol ka, feel mo nasa Pinas ka.
Oo.
Yung mga ganong klaseng bagay, di ba, na nagpaparemind sa'yo na Filipino ka.
We love
Boodle
Boodle Fight, but when we do it, it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Like before, if my family wants to do Boodle Fight, like on any day, like on a weekend, we can just decide, okay, let's do Boodle Fight. We'll just go to the backyard and then get some banana leaves. Yes.
Yeah,
But
right.
now we buy it at the grocery. It's folded and,
And
frozen.
frozen, yeah.
It's frozen, so it's harder to, you know what, you heat it.
Oh yeah, yeah, because in the
He
Philippines
does
we
it.
we heat it over fire, right? Now we
stove
have like
fire.
an electric stovetop. So try doing that on an electric
Yes.
stovetop. It's much harder.
So every time we do it, it feels like a special occasion. One time we celebrated Thanksgiving
Yeah.
with Boodle Fight.
Yeah. But Filipinos enjoy, but non-Filipinos enjoy it even better. I
Yeah.
think. It's such a new experience
Yes,
for them.
using hands
Yeah.
for eating.
Kung kamusta yung Pasko dito, sabi nila, mas masaya pa rin daw sa Pinas.
Pinas pa rin.
Kasi pag sa Pinas, pag Pasko, yan, gala ka kahit sang bahay, may kikain ka.
Traffic nga lang.
Sa labas kayo mo yung pwesto, sa labas kayo nagkakainan, nagkaraoke dito. Pag Pasko, wala,
Bahay
malamig.
tayo.
Sa bahay lang kayo, hindi
Yan talaga,
makakalabas.
malamig ang Pasko.
We actually play Christmas songs year round. Like, it doesn't matter what month.
It doesn't, not just because it's the Burr months. No,
No.
doesn't matter.
If I feel like playing it in
Yep.
April, I'll play it because for me, Christmas songs is such a good pick-me-up song if I want to feel good.
One time when we were living in Australia, we went to the northern part of Australia for Christmas, right, with my family, and it's obviously different. I felt it was different, but it was so different for her that she cried.
I think
I
it
shouldn't
was.
laugh, but
I
it was.
think it was my
it's funny now.
first Christmas outside
Yeah.
the Philippines.
Yung mga Pilipino dito, mapapansin mo, lahat kasi yung mga, even yung mga kawari, yung mga sa US, yung mga kamag-anak ko, na lagi sinasabi nila, here, parang walang spontaneous, rito, labas. Kailangan lahat nakaschedule.
Planado. Kasi lalayo ng
Kasi-
lugar.
Bukod doon, maraming trabaho. Yung trabaho nila minsan
triple
multiple
jobs,
jobs.
two double
Kasi
jobs.
mahal din naman. Yung misconception na inaakala ng mga tao sa Philippines, pag nandito sila sa Amerika, ay yayaman yung mga yan. Pero sa totoo lang, ang hirap din ng ginagawa nila dito.
I agree with Josh here. A lot of Filipinos think that just because somebody lives in the U.S. that they must be rich, right?
Not just
That's-
US, like anywhere
Yeah, that's right.
abroad.
Anywhere abroad.
Yeah.
And there might be some truth in that they make more money than if they were in the Philippines. But the reality is not everybody's rich in the Philippines. My first job in the U.S. Was a cashier at a gas station for the swing shift. I worked from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.
He was 18.
I was 18.
Oy, 18!
I was 18 back then. Minimum wage during that time. So definitely was not rich in any measure.
And what people forget, I think, is that yes, if you convert salaries abroad compared to salaries in the Philippines, it is more. But what they forget usually is that cost of living is
Yep.
also more. Like
Yep.
bills, food, it's more expensive here. So it just balances it. Like for example, Jollibee, let's say if you want this specific food in the Philippines from
Like a meal?
Jollibee, yeah, it's like $3 or $4, and the exact meal here in California is $12 plus tax. So you'll see the difference there.
Yeah, so
Ito, from Pinoy na nag-migrate dito, tapos na culture shock siya. Or nagulat sa kanya, no? So, syempre, summer noon, mainit. Nagpayong siya. Tapos tinanong siya ng ng lokal dito na, ba't ka nagpapayong, dear? Hindi naman umuulan.
Yes, that's also one of the things I noticed here. Because in the Philippines, and in Singapore, I always have a small umbrella in my purse for sun and rain. And when I visited one time, I was just visiting my friends here in California. They took me to Santa Cruz Beach. I took out my umbrella. They literally, not exaggerating, they crossed the street, walked at the other side and said, "We don't know you. We don't know you. You're embarrassing us." I'm like, why? It's very sunny.
it's very sunny here, but it's a different culture. People
Okay.
love the sun here. So much so that, speaking of when I was 18, so I came here, right? I was always dark, even as a Filipino, I was on the darker side, right? So I was 18 working at Macy's, and I was stopped by a random customer,
Really?
this nice older
Customer
lady.
pala yan.
She said, "Oh my God, I love your tan. Where did you get it?" And I was 18. I was fresh off the boat. I want to say maybe 9 months. And I was like, I didn't know how to respond. I remember answering, I was born with it. So they love tan, love being tan here in the in the US and in California.
When we go to the beach, most people would go out
Oh, yeah.
and sunbathe
Yeah.
while we look for the shade.
Everybody's-
Like, where is the coconut tree?
Kaya iniisip ko na lang na i-cherish na lang yung moment. Like sa totoo lang, kasi iniisip ko pag tumanda ako, magagawa ko pa ba yung ganito? So
Totoo
parang
yan,
ganun.
totoo yan.
So parang ngayon, lahat ng ginagawa ko, iniisip ko na lang na hindi hindi ko lang to ginagawa dahil mission to ni SB19, kundi ginagawa ko rin to para sa sarili ko.
I love it when Stelle said that, because I agree that it's not just the destination. You have to really enjoy the journey. One of our friends shared that he kind of regrets it, no? During college, he was so focused on his studies, he was so focused on graduating on time,
Right.
that he wished he enjoyed college
College a
life
bit
more.
My first few years working right out of college, I was super busy. We're working really hard, but it was nice to enjoy the ability to now actually.
He was at the club like 3 times a week.
But I was gonna say, wow, way to throw me under the bus there. Wow, did not expect that. I was just gonna say that it's nice to enjoy.
You did.
Enjoy
I'm glad
life.
you did.
Now that, especially right after college and you're making money, you can actually
Yes,
afford
yes,
all
yes.
those things that you kind of want
Yes,
to do. Wow,
I'm
thank you.
happy for you.
Uh-huh,
Because
uh-huh.
during my younger years too, when I started working, that's when I started traveling
Bumabao, eh.
out of the country too. So yes,
true, that's true.
So yes,
Yeah.
try to enjoy. Like work hard, play harder.
Parang lagi ko rin nadidinig yung phrase na, strike the iron
While
while
it's
it's hot. Parang, yun na lang din na yung nagiging motivation ko. Kasi, naalala nyo yung meron tayo yung sunod-sunod talaga, concert, busking, concert, wish bus. Tapos, alam ko na nagfe-fail na talaga yung katawan ko, yung boses ko, na hindi ko na magagawa yung best ko. Pero pag nakikita mo na may sumusuporta sa'yo, parang
Gagalingan mo,
gagalingan
naman
mo.
talaga.
Tsaka, yung thinking na, nandito na kami ngayon.
Pablo keeps saying, remember, SB19 won't be forever here, right? So while they're here, they're making the best out of it, right? So even though we hear about like, their concert,
Back-to-back
back to back,
concerts.
and then they go to the Philippines and multiple concerts, and
I
now they're
know,
planning their Asia concert. Like, so they're doing so many things because I really think they're respecting that opportunity that they
Yeah.
have right now.
I want to mention too that yes, you want to grab all the opportunities you can, but your health is very, very important
Yep.
because
I
especially
agree.
what happened to Stelle, remember?
Yeah.
He was studying, he was working in school, he was dancing, and then he got sick. And
Yep.
so everything you worked hard for goes down the drain. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah, obviously, and
just
there's
take care.
balance to
Yep.
be to be made as well. But
Ganun kasi yung nasa utak ko ngayon eh. Na gusto ko maging ganito, tapos nakakalimutan ko na yung bagay-bagay na nangyari ngayon sa atin. So, kumbaga, maliliit man na bagay, parang hindi ko na na-appreciate kasi ganito nakataas yung standard ko na
Tama
mangyari sa akin. So,
Isang
grabe,
malaking
grabe
learning.
din yung grabe, na-remind ako na na I should be grateful sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa akin ngayon.
Here's a challenge for everyone. We actually started this mind exercise 10 years ago. Every night before you go to sleep, think of 3 specific, very specific things that you are thankful for during that day. Now that we're used to seeing those little things, the little blessings, throughout the day, you'll see it. And yeah, it's a mind practice.
so, for example, when we host my family or anybody in our house, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're like really, really tired. But then we say, hey, not hey. We're thankful for the house that we have, that we're able to actually host other
We
people,
can
right?
accommodate
Not just
family
being
and
thankful for
friends.
having a home, right? But having a house that can host other people. The health, just having, you can't just say, thanks for being healthy, but say, thanks for being healthy that I'm able to
To
prepare,
prepare,
clean
yeah.
the house, prepare the food, having family that's close by, and we're close enough to hang out with and celebrate
True.
holidays with. So things like that. So think about the three things that
Like very specific.
and it has to be very specific. You can't just say thanks.
Thank
thanks
you for my family.
Thank you
and
for my
that's it,
family.
like-
Thanks for my house, kind of thing. So,
Because that makes it very generic. You have to really see the details. And to be honest, a lot of times we forget the smallest things, but they're actually big.
Yeah.
Like the gift of sight.
right.
As soon as you wake up, thank you that you have that gift, the gift of senses, and access to clean water. Not everybody has that. Turn on the faucet and it's right there. And we take that for granted because we're so used to it. But if you practice your mind and see every little things, you'll realize that there's a million in a day that you can name. Not just 3, but the challenge to start is 3.
Yep. And once your mind is
Used
used
to.
to that, you'll catch yourself things like, for example, I think I've used this example before. Well, I'm sitting on traffic, and instead of getting frustrated, I'm like, thank you, Lord, I have a car, right? I'm stuck in traffic, but at least I'm stuck in my car, a nice car. Kind
You're
of thing,
safe
right?
in your
Right.
car.
Exactly. Waking up early for work, right? I'm like, oh, who likes waking up early for work? But I catch myself, I'm like, thank you, Lord, I have a job that can provide for my family. So you exercise your brain enough that you can actually start catching yourself instead of being negative. You kind of see the positive in things.
Katulad din ng sinabi ni Stell, hindi naman din natin ginagawa to para lang dun sa goal na yun. Parang kailangan din natin i-enjoy yung sarili natin, yung enjoy yung mga tao sa paligid natin. Yung mga littlest moments, kahit tulad ng Napa Valley. Yun yung one of the core moments para sa akin. Nagpunta kami Napa Valley. Nagpicnic lang kami doon, may table, may nagwine kami, kumain lang kami ng something.
Cheese.
Pero tuwang-tuwa ako nung time na yon kasi nagkwentuhan lang kami, ang saya-saya ng feeling, ang gaang-gaang.
It's not really the grand things that make your life meaningful and happy. It's the daily little things. Like for us, when you cook dinner for someone you love, or when we do gardening or play board games, like those are very simple. Like the travels, the grand events, they're also nice, but the daily little things, I feel like it makes the relationship and your life richer.
Ang daming realizations. Kasi, yun nga, parang hindi lang naman siya about sa work. Ano rin siya, parang, iti-take mo rin siya as your
Beautiful memory.
personal happiness. Kasi nga, nakalagay nga, punta ka sa Twitter ko, nakalagay doon sa bio ko, be your own reason to smile.
I like that. The be your own reason to smile.
Mhm.
I'm my own smile.
Wow, that is true.
No. But I
That is
read
true, though.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I read somewhere this 90-10 theory.
Okay.
So 90% is how you react to the
yeah.
10% that happened.
Right.
So, for example, if you spill coffee on me,
Hopefully not.
hopefully he won't. But if you do, I can say, "Why weren't you looking? Look at what you've done." And
That's so
then,
stupid. Yeah.
and then I'll be mad at him, and he'll be hurt about what I said, and then it could ruin our day.
Yeah.
But if he spilled coffee on me, and I say, "Oh, it's okay. I know you didn't mean it," and then we can just clean it up, and then I'll just change my clothes, and then we can go on
Key
our
thing is
day.
I apologize too.
Yes. And then we can go on our day happy.
Yeah.
If you have 5 minutes of something bad,
Mhm.
don't waste your 24 hours focusing on that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ano nakalagay sa bio ko?
SB19 Pablo.
Tingnan natin.
Ano nakalagay sa mga bio nyo?
What's on our bio?
It's your life story, make it fun.
Yeah. So very similar.
Before I used to think this way, like, no, that only happens in movies. No, they can't be that happy. But for me, why can't it be real? Why can't you do that? Like in movies, out of nowhere, no occasion, they will surprise their spouse. Why can't I do that? So I feel like, yeah, it's your life story. Make it fun.
Honestly, mas maraming mahirap dito. Hindi siya workload, mas
Mas
mabigat.
madami, oh.
Pero yung
Mas marami
siguro
rin tayong lang na happy times.
medyo mas natuto na tayo sigurong
Hindi, alam mo kung bakit. Kasi yung hardships, magkakasama tayo.
Ay.
O, ito nga sabi nga dito, success is best when it's shared.
That is so sweet because they've been through a lot. And I read this quote that stayed with me. Shared sorrow is half the pain. Shared joy is double the happiness.
Yeah.
That's why I take him to SB19 concerts, because if it's just me, it's not as
Or the
fun.
other concerts, yeah.
Yes. And when you have something bothering you, if you're having troubles, even if, like, if I tell him, even if he doesn't have a solution, even if nothing happens, just the mere fact that I shared it, it like lightens the burden.
I remember my first time going to London, right? And I took the subways.
He was
right?
alone.
I was by myself. It was for work. I was by myself. And I took the subways, and all of a sudden I come out of the subway, and right there in front of me is Big Ben, right? So that iconic, building in London that I've only seen in movies and in pictures.
Yep.
And I was so happy. I was really so happy. And I was like looking, like, I don't have anybody to share it with. It really felt like that. I was looking around, like, I was going to say, hey, did you see that? That is so cool. I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing it
But
myself.
yes.
So it was like that. So it's that. It's shared happiness. It's definitely
Double
the happiness.
And shared sorrow is half.
I think we have to remember that life is a journey, right? We shouldn't be obsessed with the destination, right? We forget to enjoy the places that we stop by, the people that we meet along the way, right? And the little experience along the way that we go through this journey. So we have to remember that it's a journey. So let's not be overly focused on just a destination.
Yes, it's good to have a goal, but don't forget the now.
Right. Oh, I mean, let's be honest, right? We may not always get to the destination, so wouldn't it be sad if you're so focused on a destination that you forget to just enjoy that journey?
True.
That's it. Thank you for joining us over Tea Time Chat.
And remember, it's your life story. Make it fun.
Make it fun.
See the assignment for the finger sign.
Dapat umimbento na tayo ng hand sign. Assignment yan, kailangan makaisip talaga.
I wanna propose this.
3, 1.
It's 3 stars and a sun. Like this.
Why?
It's happy together.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you should be embarrassed a little bit.